Welcome to The Journey. It's your boy, Journeyman Bell, aka Mr. 100, coming to you on this YouTube channel on today. And we are talking about tapping into your potential. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Y'all subscribe to my YouTube guide and share. I'm also found on Facebook on the Keep It 100 with Servant Bell. We deal lots with devotions and devotional week videos, and we talk about these same things just on a different plateau form of social media. So y'all go in and subscribe to this channel. Go on your Facebook and find me under Keep It 100 with your boy Servant Bell. Y'all, today we are talking about part 2 of tapping into your potential. Everybody has potential. Let me clear the air with that. First of all, everybody has potential. You have potential. If you living, you have potential. Well, what is potential? What could it possibly be? Glad you asked. The true definition of potential is having or showing the capacity to become or develop into something in the future. It is having or showing the capacity to become or develop something in the future. So that means that whatever it is that potential is locked into, you at least have some measure of it. Now, potential can be discovered on many different forms. I talk about that in part 1 on what is potential as far as like how do we know we have it and what all can we do with it. And so this one is just kind of to redefine and help you get in the right direction for what it is that you have as far as potential, or that you're showing it, or giving you the signs of what potential looks like right now. So y'all just sit in, enjoy this ride for the next few moments as we get your pen pad, your notes out, because I'm going to talk to you on something that you can grasp, write down, and take back with you when you leave this broadcast, y'all. So we're gonna go right into it. Like I said, we not gonna waste a whole lot of time on a whole lot of things, other things, but we just want you to be a part of this this topic on today. And today, as we're talking about tapping into potential, we're gonna talk about setting your success with potential. And that's something that you can possibly have a success bar when you start to tap into your potential, that you can have something to shoot for, something that you know that when you put forth the effort, that there is a reward. Potential is only one part of what it is that you have. In order to maximize and get the capacity out of what it is that you have got to develop and see how your potential works. You got to find out what works for you. What gives you the ability to initiate and to bring it to pass, y'all. And so we are going to look at a few little points of how to set up your potential, how to put it in a perspective on what I can do with it and what direction I need to do in order to carry it out. Because we know, some of us know we have it. We've even heard people say, oh man, you got potential. But we don't know how to use what we got. We don't know how to take what we see or what others see in us and put it into a place where it can be functional. That's the key word. Applicable, functional, manifested. Potential it's not going to do any good if you just know you have it. Knowing you have it is one thing. Becoming it is something completely different. And that's what we're going to talk about on today. Let's just jump right off into the first part of setting up your success with potential. First thing you want to do is you want to define the best version of you. The best version of you. You need some definition to what make up who you are when it comes to potential. You need something tangible, something you can see, you can read, something that you can literally visualize yourself into seeing this is what I have. We know we got strengths and weaknesses. We know that we have these certain elements, but we don't actually see it. When you begin to write it down and see, oh, okay, I'm an encourager. Oh, okay, I can put together uh colors. When you do coordinating with colors and furniture or things that belong in the house, all those kind of things. Or you're very good at putting dance moves together. You're very good at writing songs, coordinating songs, or whatever it is that you have the ability to do very well. And watch this. Even your potential as being a better parent can be something of potential, or being a better spouse as a better place of potential, or being a better you is a better place of potential. Any potential is not just predicated upon special gifts and features that we may see out there, but it's predicated upon what you're willing to manifest the effort to produce change in. So you want to start defining your potential. You want to define your potential is defined in three areas. Your best version of you is defined in three areas. It's defining your strengths, your weaknesses, and your values. Your best version of you is defined in your strengths, your weaknesses, and your values. Your strengths, of course, is everything that you're really good at. You're really easy. It's really easy to do. It's really easy to become. It's really there's no effort involved. You just do it. It's something that makes you look good. Don't ever say that you don't have any strengths. We all have strengths, okay? We all have abilities. We all have the capability, y'all. And that's something that we all have certain strengths about us that make us and set us apart. We all have that. That's what's so wonderful about all that we do. That's what's so wonderful about all that we are. That's what's so wonderful about us as a people, is that some people have strengths over here, others have strengths over there. Some people have weaknesses over here, others have weaknesses over there. Listen, all of these things are what make up who we are. But we're talking about your strengths right now. We're talking about the things that really make you strong, the things that really bring out the best in you, the things that really enhance you when you're around others. Strengths are things that when we become involved in other people's lives, they glean from that. They glean from certain elements of our life that they don't have. And they, like I said again, using that encourager thing. Somebody may really need to like hear encouragement, and you have been just that kind of cheerleader for their lives. You may have been just that kind of individual for their lives that just continues to give them life. Strengths give others strength, okay? So whatever it is that you do, you give it to others. Don't ever, this is a side note. Don't ever discredit your strengths. Because just because it may seem small, remember, don't despise the beginning of small things. Don't despise the beginning of something that you're good at, because it may not appear to be as everybody else. It may not appear to be like somebody else's strengths, because if you start getting into competition about who you are, then you're going to be competing with nobody, because there is nobody like you. The Bible says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. That means you have the right to be different. And your potential is what sets you apart. What you're capable of doing is what sets you apart. Not that somebody else can't do it, but nobody can do it the way that you do it. I know nobody can be 100 like I be 100. I'm not saying they can't be 100 at all, but nobody can be 100 about the way I do my 100. And that is what's so powerful about a strength, y'all, is that nobody else can do it. If you don't do it, then it won't get done the way it's supposed to be done through you. The power of your strengths. Weaknesses, of course, are the things that kind of take away from you. They take away your energy. Those are areas where you would prefer not to get involved in. You prefer not to be as a participant of, because these areas they don't highlight the best of you. They bring out your flaws a lot of times. Now, before we start looking too down on flaws and weaknesses, let's be reminded of this, that you have a strength and somebody else may have that strength where you're made weak in. Keep that in mind. But what we try and do is live up to our potential without any assistance from anybody else. And sometimes we have to glean from other people with our weaknesses. Now, I'm not saying you have to be just like them, and I'm not saying that you got to do it just like they do it, but I am saying that you have the right and the authority to do it like nobody else does it. Your abilities to glean and be strong in these areas where you're not as strong, make them very, very valuable. Then you have the areas they call values. Now, values are made up of three parts. They're made of personal values, they're made of moral values, and they're made of aesthetic values. Personal values are things that you put as a priority. Moral values are the things that are taught with you between right and wrong. And aesthetic values guiding the work of particular movement. In other words, how I see it in shape and form. You understand what I'm saying? It means aesthetic values are guiding the work of peculiar movements. In other words, you got your things that you prioritize as value, or your family, whatever it is that you find first. Then you have the moral values of the things that you know that are right and wrong as it pertains to what it is that you have first. And then you have aesthetic values, which helps you nurture in the right and wrong of what it is that you find first. So these are the three areas that help you and nurture you in your potential, finding and discovering your potential. Here's one of the questions that you want to ask yourself when you start trying to define the best version of you. Ask yourself this question. Say, what's something you have always wanted to do? Now watch this. Here's how potential works. Potential works best when you start to find out where my dreams are. What my dreams are. What have I always wanted to do? I've always wanted, listen, it could be something that I want to go to Costa Rica. That's a part of something that I want to do now. I want to go to Costa Rica. But I'm afraid of what's going to happen. I start thinking about, man, I don't want to get these diseases. This coronavirus is out there, and they've got this other infection out there. What if my passport don't work? What if I can't speak the language? What if I don't have the right money? What if I get over there and nobody speaks English? You know, all these little fears stop us from wishing and shooting towards our dream. You ever not thought about that? How much we kill our dreams off because we start thinking about the what ifs in the place of where we're trying to get to. Listen, If you are trying to become something you never become, you got to realize that there's going to be all kinds of opposition that will try and cause you to hinder, to delay, or even flat out forfeit your ability to go after what it is that you've been hunting after. The thing, your potential, discovering who you are, discovering what you want to become, discovering who you have the ability to be. Your potential lies in the side on the next to or in the neighborhood of your dreams. Your potential is hidden in the neighborhood of your dreams. So you got to go door to door in your life and find out who lives there. Your potential lives in the neighborhood of your dreams. You got to go become friendly with your neighborhood. Change your surroundings. People around you may be different. But you know what? When you're starting to search out something that you never done, you got to be really willing to be open-minded to, hey, everybody's not going to be in support of you trying to make changes. Everybody's not going to be in support of you trying to discover your potential. You may have some opposition because some things, some forces don't want you to maximize who you are. They just want you to just exist enough to say that I'm alive and that I'm breathing. But you are more than that. You are more than just inhaling and exhaling. You have a life of purpose, and your purpose and your potential is connected to something that you've always wanted to do in your life. What is it, something that you always wanted to do? Big or small? Doesn't matter. Start planning. Start doing it. Watch this. Ask yourself this question. What am I good at? And what have others said I was good at? These are keys to how you can kind of start discovering what your potentials are, what you're good at. You know, others are a great mirror to what it is that you're looking for, as in, what am I? What makes me different? Take these tools and start building off of it. What are things that drain your energy? Those are things that would imply your weakness. Those things that kind of make you say, "Oh man, I don't know if I can do that." It might be a weakness in fears. It might be a weakness in doubt or self-esteem in your life. But at least you know what you're dealing with when you start to feel drained from certain aspects. Now you can start making assessments as to what I can do to become better. Watch this. What's something I could do all the time and enjoy? What is something that you do all the time and you enjoy it? You love doing it. You love helping people. Good. Well, how do you like to help them? What do you like to do? You like to advise people? Great. You like to be an advisor to people and counsel them? That's wonderful. What can you do to enhance that? What can you do to modify that even more? Find what you love to do and make it a benefit for your life. I want to encourage you in a test. If you're still trying to find out some things, you ask people and they haven't really been a help to you, you've prayed about it, you really haven't found like all the answers. I want to encourage you to go take this Myers-Briggs type indicator. Myers-Briggs type indicator. It gives you a better outline of what kind of person you are. Doesn't tell you everything about you, but it does help characterize you a little bit more on what it is that you have. It's called the MBIT. It's a test. It's a personality and characters test. You can go in, M as in Michael, B as in boy, I as in igloo, T as in Thomas. MBIT test. The Michael-Briggs type indicator test. This test really kind of helps you, and I took it. It really kind of helps you to better define who you are as an individual, because you want to know who you are. If you don't know who you are, then you'll never know what you can become. This test just gives you a small dose of what it is and how you act and how you respond and what it is that you do differently. Just go in and take it. MBI test. Okay? Second thing you want to do after you define yourself, you define the version of you. You want to start setting goals. Setting goals, setting goals, setting goals. Everything you see is achievable. Remember that. Everything you see is achievable. If you don't see it, then it's going to be hard for you to achieve it. Not impossible, just difficult. Seeing it gives you a frontal vision of how to process what's before you. That's the reason why you get bills in the mail. Because it's a visual on what you need to do and when you need to do it. Okay? You need those visuals. I say it all the time to people. I say, you are not going to really become the best you until you actually see who you are. Thinking it is only one perspective of it. When you start to write down who you are, write down your strengths, write down your weaknesses, write down your values, then it starts to make more sense as to where you are, what you need to do, what you need to become. You want to be a better father or mother? Write it down. You want to go to Cucamonga in 6 months? Write it down. You want to better help your anger management? Write it down. All things, once they're written down, now becomes a set focus on what you want to become. If you can't see it, you cannot achieve it. If you can't see it, you cannot achieve it. You have to see it. Not in your mind, but in your eyes. You need to see it. As clear as you can see my hand, this is how you need to see it. It needs to be right in front of you. Then you can start doing your research. You can start getting the additional advice, because some things we try and do, there's other people. We got all these social media connections. We got all of these social pages on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. We got all of this access to us. We got Google. We got all these Google searches and things like that. It's so much out there that we have to help connect us to what it is we want to become, that it's not even, it's so easy to become things now that all you have to do is just put in a little work. Put in a little work. You want to be a millionaire? Put in the work. You want to get out of debt in so long? Put in the work. But what we want is we want to dream big and we want to sleep through our dreams. We want to sleep through the time in which we want to achieve it. That's not how dreams are built. That's not how dreams are manifested. That's not how potential is discovered. Set a goal. Like I said, potential is on a range of whatever it is that you're trying to maximize in your life to become. It can be a better father, or you can just be a better you. Everything has a place for potential, but it's what we do to become it and develop it. That's predicated upon us. We all have the potential to be things, but it's predicated upon how we develop what we see ourselves into being. Okay? So when you start setting goals, remember this, that everything you see is achievable. See it, achieve it. Get the vision. Start putting the action. If you can see it, you can achieve it. If you can see it, you can achieve it. If you see it, you can achieve it. If you see it, you can achieve it. But you got to see it. Then you can start making the adjustments for it. Be specific on it. Ain't nothing wrong with being specific on your goals and on your dreams, what you want to become. Be specific. How do you want to be a better father? How do you want to be an excellent manager? How do you want to be a better leader? See it. Achieve it. Be specific. Make it plain, though. Definitely make it plain. Make it plain for you to understand it. so that if you understand it, then you can display it. You can start developing it. You can start making it work for you. That what's inside of you can eventually come out of you if you put it to work. Okay, so we got defining the best. Defining what did I say? Hold on, let me say it. Defining the best version of us. We find that through our strengths, our weaknesses, and our values. We got setting goals. We got setting goals. I talked a little about that on part 1. Part 2 talked about how the ups and downs of it. That's going into my third part. The ups and downs of what it is you're trying to become. When you start to set goals, you have to be and take an account for the ups and downs, the stock market of success, which deals with a lot of ups and downs. You're not going to get it all right the first time. You're not going to get it all right the second time, the third time, the fourth time, but you will get it right if you continue to work on being better. You just got to make it plain. When you start making mistakes, go back in, make that error. Okay, this wasn't working today. So tomorrow we're going to go work on this a little bit more. Tomorrow we're going to go back in and work a little bit more on this area to be better in this area, because you're trying to get to. Don't get caught up in where you are. Get empowered by what you're trying to become. A little bit at a time. Last point is you have to work toward your goal. I'm talking about that already. You have to work towards your goal. Once you define the best version of you and you start to set the goals for who you are, you got your personality in place. You got what it is you trying to become with your personality. Now you work toward it. Every day, remember this. I'm hitting the clock for a better me. I want to reap the benefits and the checks of a better me. Working it out. Work out your salvation, like the Bible says, in fear and trembling. This is the element you're trying to save your life from just existing. You're trying to save your operation for life than just existing. You don't want to just exist. You want to start living life. And every day you wake up, think about it. I got to hit the clock today. If I don't put in the work today, I'm not going to reap the paycheck or the benefits of my tomorrow by not putting in the work today. This means that you have to formulate a workout around the command, the commit, and the conversion of yourself. Command, commit, and convert. Command, commit, and convert. What do I mean by command? Command is you have to start by using words that will order up your life. Your command determines how you have vision. What you say is what you will see. What you say is what I see. I command myself into an aligned place. I command to be a better father. I command to be a smart business owner. I command to operate effectively in ministry. Now you're starting to set vision for yourself. Then you want to start committing to what you've commanded. That means putting in the vocational work. That means becoming employed to what you said. Become employed to what you said. That means you put out into the atmosphere, we're hiring better fathers. Then you said, I'm a better father. And you go into the vocational part. You commit to that vocation of being that better person. Then you will start to see the conversion. This deals with the elements of changing how you see it. Because when you first started out saying it, you don't see it clearly. You just hear it, if you understand what I'm saying. You hear it through your eyes. You hear it through your eyes. Oh, a different way of being this. I see that. Now I need to be this. Start working on it. Then you start converting into it. And you change. This is how you change how you see. You change how you see. You change how you see. Remember this. Positivity is a must. So if you're going to start this, you got to remain positive. You got to stay positive. You got to remain positive. You got to surround yourself in positivity. People positive. Places positive. What are you putting yourself in? What are you putting yourself around that's encouraging you to continue to be a part of where you're going to? Find that out. Find it out. Find the right positivity around. You got to stay positive because guess why? You're already feeling down about yourself, okay? You're already like, man, I don't want to feel like doing this. But you're continually saying, I'm making the effort. I'm making the effort. I'm making the effort. I'm making the effort. And don't let negativity start to tear you down, kill you, destroy you. Keep going in the grind. Keep staying in the flow. Keep staying in the fight. Stay positive. Surround yourself with positive people. Watch this. Times change, people's change. Goals must change. Times change, people change. Goals must change. What does that mean? In time, you may start off seeking and desiring one thing. And when those things may change as your perception changes, that means what you start to shoot for will also begin to change as well in time. You just have to be aware of the changes that's going on around you and know that even in your goals, things are subject to change. That's powerful. Now don't get it twisted in saying, well, I'm gonna be that's gonna make me wavering in some timing. No, it's making you a part of the times. It's putting you with the people that want to change like you want to change. And it's also increasing and sharing your goal to say, hey, listen, I know you can do this. So let's shoot for something else greater than this. When your goals begin to change, just go with it. Go with the greater goals. Don't now I'm not saying don't try and finish nothing that you start. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that when you start to see that greater goals are in place, that where you're at, it's just like lifting weights. Yeah, you can go back and lift 10 pounds if you start off lifting 15. You can go back and lift it, but is it going to be productive for where it is you're trying to go? Getting started in goals and when you're already in a format of goal setting already, it's two different things. You set off goals smart to get started, but when those smaller goals, like try to lose 5 pounds and you know that you can lose 5 pounds, you're not gonna drop the bar just because you started as a goal. No, you're gonna set your goal to the higher things because you know that you can do that. It's just like this. If you were in school and your desire was to go back and finish the third grade, okay? You didn't finish the third grade. But you get in the journey and then you graduate from high school. You graduate from high school. You're not going to go around and try and go back to the third grade just to say, I got to finish this goal of graduate. No, because you've already exceeded that goal in your life. So you shoot for higher. Now, some goals, if you want to go back and do it, that's cool. But you've already proven in some areas of your life that you can reach that even without going back to visit some of them. Because when you start to maximize your potential, when you start to maximize your potential of life, you start to find yourself in a place that will take you into a higher realm than when you started. When you start doing that, then you start shooting for something greater. It's not that you're looking down on what you started on, but you realize that I can achieve this, I can obtain this, and I need a challenge. Your potential is out there to see if you want to grasp it, and if you want to become what it says that you have the ability and the capacity to hold. You have to decide that, and then you have to press toward it. Stay positive. Command, commit, and convert. Just keep doing, discovering, knowing that potential lies on the inside of all of us. We have to have the ability to want to become it. That's the bottom line. That's how it works. And that's how, if we want it, we have to continue to reach for it. So, y'all, with that being said, I'm going to end this on today. I hope it was indeed an insight to help you kind of bring into focus some things that you're trying to become in your life and to become better at it. We all have potential, but what does our capacity have that shows us that we have the potential to become it? Let's find out. Let's develop. Let's become. And let's shoot towards where we are headed for in life. Y'all be blessed on today. This your boy Journeyman Bell, Mr. 100. We will talk again soon. Y'all stay best.